By creating an engagement between the painting and the observer, that's what it's about. Through imagery and curiosity of execution, I'm inviting my observer to remember a time in their lives, or possibly even creating a new one. My name is Jenny Henley, and I'm an interdisciplinary artist living in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida. I was fortunate to be a part of a family that was and still is very supportive of the arts. I guess you could say I was constantly around art, my grandmother being a very well-known successful crafter. When I was starting middle school, that was the beginning of the magnet program in our area. So it was 6th grade, right into the magnet program, and right into the fine arts. When I wasn't in school, I was playing soccer as the only girl on the team for Landon, and also skateboarding, which exposed me to a progressive culture. I took a liking to sculpture, and when I was accepted in the Douglas Anderson School of the Arts for high school, I knew right away that's what I wanted to major in. By sophomore year, I was exposed to photography, and this began my path to a double major. Jasper Johns and Rauschenberg heavily influenced me. At the time, I was integrating assemblage with imagery, and little did I know this would continue with me throughout my career. I chose the Atlanta College of Art for their outstanding sculpture facility. It was my personal goal to take one of every course the school had to offer. I ended up doing a work study with the printmaking department and learned gum Arabic and gel medium transfers, which I would continue using in my work for years to come. By senior year, my interest in video had grown, and I was working with plexiglass as a sculptural medium and the concept of the viewer becoming a part of the work. During my time in Italy with the University of Georgia and their study abroad program, I visited a Barbara Kruger exhibit and was inspired by her play with love relationships, text, and video. I continue to work with a methodology that embraces sculptural practices in a two-dimensional mixed media framework. Typically, I use socially recognizable imagery appropriate for an audience familiar with contemporary notions of art, yet fused to a slightly nostalgic sensibility. Simultaneously, I work in a manner that allows me to avail myself of the most surprising and stable printing materials, while remaining deeply invested in the artisanal aspect of production. My original photographs are printed in archival pigment onto hand-built poplar substrate, then I carefully enhance with acrylic paint, making each piece a one-of-a-kind original. It's a process that allows me the intimacy and implied narrative inherent to photography wed to the gestural connotations of paint. Working on panel allows me to create a stable object that is inert and will retain its depth and nuance for years to come.